You're watching the Northern Ireland Open semi-final, final stages between Rafael Elhagen and Jamie Anderson. Black ball game in the 8th frame. Seven-point difference between both players, meaning Rafael Elhagen needs the black to force a re-rack. Anderson needs the black to win the frame. First to 6. Score is 4-3 to Rafael Elhagen. Good shot there by Anderson, takes the frame. Thin cut into the middle. And we'll just confirm now these scores. As Rafael Elhagen takes a quick break. And we can just take a look at another game going on at the moment, Jasper Kuzman versus Mohamed Fazi. And there you go, it is 4-4. And it's 3-1 to Jasper Kuzman in this match, which is a round 1 match in the International Championship. This one is first to 6. $114 break made by Jasper Kuzman in this match. One of the biggest breaks made in OSC sessions. The question in this match is, can Mohamed keep up to Jasper Kuzman? As in their last match, it was a victory to Mohamed in the European Masters. Kuzman, I'm sure, will be looking for revenge and to reset the equilibrium between both players. That's not a good shot though by Kuzman. Chance here for Mohamed to add to his points tally, which now stands at 10 points in front of his opponent. a decent table. And Jasper Koosman back on the table. Nice right hand side, taking the white back down to the high colour end. Black is not easy though. Pink would be easier here, but gone for the double, and he's got it perfectly. He's really mastered that shot to a degree where he can rely on it as being a valid option in a match, but that's a miss on the red, the follow-up red. 38 points to 39 in this fifth frame. First to 6. We will be going back to the other match very shortly. As soon as that starts. And we'll take a quick look now. Still waiting for Rafa Elhagen to return. .41 points to 39 in favour of Koosman in this fifth frame of round 1 match of the International Championship. Just waiting for Rafa Elhagen to return before we go back to coverage of that match. 4-4 in the Northern Ireland Open semi-final. .1 difference. Mohammed going for this brown. Has got it. Has position on the yellow. Good chance here. The onus is on Forsey to pull the score back to just make a difference of 1 frame. Nice position on the green. Now can he see it out? The clearance of green, brown, blue and pink. Not the greatest shot there. He's decided to follow through, but he's left a very sharp angle here for the brown. And it looks as though he's not going to take it on, so Koosman gets a lifeline. Forsey needs to make this shot a good one. Wants to keep the advantage. And it's missed the blue. That's a good shot. Although Koosman can see the brown between the black and the pink, so didn't turn out as good as it could have possibly been. Wanted the black or pink to interrupt the journey between the white and the brown, and that's a great shot by Koosman. That's given him control now of the table for this frame. Mohammed's on the back foot. That's a good escape by Mohammed Fawzi, but where's the brown going to land? And there you see it. A perfect opportunity here for Koosman. And just losing control as Mohammed Fawzi did a moment ago, positioning himself from the green onto the brown, making him make a safety positional shot, which didn't work out fully, gave Koosman a chance, who made a beautiful snooker and now has advantage of this frame after that snooker forcing Fawzi on a mistake. Now he needs the black. Perfect position on the black though, just a matter of formalities. Koosman for 4-1 here. And there you go, 4-1 to Jasper Koosman. Great end to that frame. We go now over to the Northern Ireland Open. And it's begun. (4-4) between Jamie Anderson and Rafat Elhagen. Just adjusting the score there. And so, can Rafat Elhagen work a way of winning Anderson this evening, or will the bookies be correct again? Anderson will be the favourite. 4-4. Elhagen's been playing well though in recent matches. Beaten Alan Lockett earlier this week. (21 points in front). No damage done, no, though there is a red near the black that is on for Anderson. Though he doesn't like the look of it or can't see it, so plays safe. And that's a foul. Nothing exposed though. Those reds still central. Nothing has moved to each side of the table. That's a lovely shot by Anderson. Snooker behind the green. This is going to be a difficult shot to get out of for Elhagen. And Anderson will be looking for a chance here after this shot. And the miss is there. But I don't think there's anything on, so Rafat did well there to avoid giving Anderson any carrot. Anderson just plays safe, sending the white back up the table in a way where he hoped wouldn't leave any reds on. He hasn't quite achieved that. There is a red that could go into the top left. Difficult though. Good shot by Elhagen. And it's taking these types of chances that will enable him to challenge Anderson for this match. Now, can he make a good break here to add to his already in front tally? 19 points in front. Nothing really on here in terms of colour-wise after this red, and it is a difficult red potting-wise. He'll have to come back for the blue here, or one of the bulk colours. Misses the red though, which lands in safety behind the blue. There is an option here of this red below the pink spot for Anderson, who pots it. As the blue though, or the green, not an easy shot though. Good pot. The red that was loose near the bulk area has provided a good place to send the white for Anderson. He's still looking for good control of the table, and this shot, should it arrive on a blue or a red, which it looks as though it has, the first red, the red on the right of that duo, doesn't go. This one on the left though looks as though it does, and that's a great shot. A little dink in behind the pink, which opens that pink up. Two-point difference now. 17 breaks so far for Anderson. And has the pink to play with here. Two reds just to the left of the pink. And follow. No, he's decided to screw back rather than following through for the two reds into the top left. He's gone a different route, held on for the black after potting that red into the bottom left. There's a multitude of choices here after the black. It's just about keeping in position and making a big break here. 32 break already. 13 points the difference in terms of score. And now slightly gone out of position here, Anderson. Has a bit of a cut here into the middle for the pink, so it's a risky shot. Pots it though with relative ease. has a red into the bottom left here to keep on for the black and continue this break. 39 breaks so far. Moves up for the pink. .46 break now. Red into the bottom left has the black. Can just cannon onto this red to the right of the black for red into the center, which he has. He can follow through here for the pink or blue. Screwing back for the black would be a little risky, but he's moved the red near the pink away and just about has control of that pink into the middle here. And a little dink screw back for one of the two remaining reds. 61 break now. 42 the difference, 43 the difference now, 35 on the table. So, and Rafa Elhagen needs snookers. And barring any foul on this shot, Jamie Anderson takes the 9th frame on his first real visit. 76 breaks so far. So the frame is won. How much can he get here to add to the high break competition? He's left himself a difficult green. Great shot off the right cushion. Still manages to put the green into the middle. Oh, but he misses on the brown, and an 81 break there in the 9th frame for Anderson takes him to 5-4. Just needs one more to go into the final of the Northern Ireland Open. I'll just try and have a look at the high break competition. High break Northern Ireland Open. So Anderson's increased the his 56 break. That was the highest in this tournament. It's now 81. Frame 10 of the Northern Ireland Open between Rafa Elhagen and Jamie Anderson. Semi-final. First to 6. One more frame needed for Jamie Anderson. Elhagen needs both of these remaining 2 frames. That's a red into the top left. And the black. Sorry, red black potted by Elhagen. A good response here. Anderson has won the last 2 frames at least. Elhagen will be looking to continue the tactics which has done him quite well in this January series. Needs to follow through or screw back a little bit for position on the black, although he could have just held for the black into the bottom middle, but either way it's not worked out for him. He's going to have to play safe here off this black. In doing so, it may take the black away from its home position, but in fact just plays a soft black, and just as long as it's safe, which it is. Nothing on here for Anderson. Anderson just clips the pack and has opened up a few reds slightly, and one in particular is near the yellow, and the question is, does it go? And will Rafa use it as a way to play safe? Well, it does go, and Elhagen pots it with a plum. So Elhagen has the table, 18 points to 4 in front, and is no more chances or lives here for Rafat. He needs to do something in this frame. He needs to win the frame, and it looks as though he's come out fighting. Lucky there not to get position on the red, lowest of that cluster, the one he's looking at now. So he's just looking at seeing if a plant might be worth attempting. Got to be careful though. Could open up the pack, and if he misses, Anderson could jump on that chance and could easily clear up. So an important decision here by Elhagen to be made, and he's done it, and he's got the plant. Great shot. And he also put a bit of safety in there by screwing the white back up to the bulk area. So opponent there, Anderson, congratulates on that shot and appreciates the unfortune that happened in terms of getting a opportunity after that shot. But Rafa has put Anderson in a bit of a bind here, and that's what Rafat does. Makes a few points and will do his best to put his opponent in a difficult position in order for Rafat to make more points. And even though Anderson has got out of that snooker, the main objective was not to leave any chances for Elhagen, but that's not happened, and Elhagen's got what he wanted. A good chance with a reasonably good table. And he begins by putting a red into the bottom left. Opportunity here, depending on the angle. Looks as though it has a slight angle. He could screw back into these reds, or just hold it to land in between where the blue and pink are for a red into the top left, but he's decided to screw back here for that red near the black, and this will open. Well, no, he's got a red into the bottom middle here. Now he's looking at that red. He could play this very softly and try and bring the black into play. Just leaving the white where the red is, roughly around where the red is there. But if he's got too much of an angle, he might not be able to hold for that. So he's got to decide here which is the best pot here in order to continue the break. You could pot this and go back up for the yellow. It looks as though he did try and hold for the black, but he's gone too far. And this is a risky shot on the black. And he can't afford to take any risks. There's nothing on if he misses it, but just depends on where the red's going to land. And he's missed it, and he's left a red on. And that was the danger. Now Anderson is on the table. The black has gone reasonably safe, but it's still accessible if Anderson finds the correct combination of shots or angles to get onto it. First red potted in this visit for Anderson, who is 23 points behind at the moment. Plenty of points on the table, though. Pink potted, who wanted to go into the pat there and make something happen, but just missed it. And now he's going to have to play safe and put the white down towards the right-hand cushion. Now in the baulk colours. Bit too hard there. Well, the general point has been made or executed by Anderson, which is to make it relatively safe. Elhagen back on the table. 5-4 to Anderson in this Northern Ireland Open. First to 6 will go through to the final. So we're in safety mode here. Some safety exchanges. Both players are fighting for the next chance and forcing one on the other. That's a nice touch by Anderson. Nice right-hand side. He's got a good cue ball there. Snookered behind the loose red on the top left-hand cushion in terms of potting it. And now Elhagen will have to be careful not to leave it exposed. The white, the red on the top left exposed. If he goes back to the baulk area from this shot, he might just decide just to put the white on the left-hand cushion. No, he's decided to go back up to the baulk area. Now, has he got a good white? He has. A nice little kiss on that yellow. Held it from going too past the yellow. And those two reds, three reds that are now on the left-hand side are covered or hidden from Anderson. So tough shot here for Anderson. He's got the same problem. Doesn't want to expose any loose reds on the top left-hand side. Those three reds. Well, did he go for a plant there? I'm not too sure. But whatever he's done, he's left it open, and Rafat's won that safety exchange and has the table. And it's a beautiful table, to be fair. On paper now, he should make a significant break here. He's already 18 points in front. And doesn't need to worry about any difficult reds on the cushions, or relatively difficult reds. Just wants to concentrate on getting points here and putting more pressure on Anderson, making this frame as safe as possible as they move into the deciding frame. If they do. So this is an important shot. Just needs to make sure he doesn't go too far and snookers himself behind the red, and that's what he's done. Or has he? Has he got the pink? Softer shot there, holding off before going past that red, so he had exposure to the pink, would have been the ideal shot. But has he got the pink here? He's going for it. He has, and he's potted it, so cannot question his choice there. Very good judgment if he knew that's where he was going to pot the pink from. 12 break for Rafa Elhagen on the table, and on a good table. The black, of course, is not ideal, and it's tight on the left-hand cushion, but has the pink. And I'm sure that the black will be potted once the red that's next to it is killed off or executed away. And this might be his next set of shots after this pink here. Straightforward drop off the pink into the bottom left, leaves this red on. Now just a little dinky screw back. We'll leave him on this black to bring it into play. Saying that though, there will be nowhere, the black will go onto the green spot, so it won't necessarily be useful for him, but it has the pink. So would have been nicer to have two balls available colours to complete this break, but he's going to have to settle for one. Does this black will go into the green spot? That's nothing, that's not a priority on his to-do list at the moment. He just wants the points and has the pink to play with and the blue. So good shot on the black, which goes on its greens on the green spot. It'll have to screw back here for the pink or follow through for the blue, depending on what he feels. And he's decided to follow through for the blue into the top right hand pocket. A little screw back here for the red above the pink spot, or a screw back for the red down here on the left, bottom left hand cushion. Anderson needs one snooker, and we'll need two snookers, I think, after this pot of the blue. That's not the greatest positional shot. Two snookers needed by Anderson. Yes, hit it a bit too, screwed it back a bit too much there, leaving no position on either ball. The screw back needed to be a bit more squarer or a bit more vertical for this red that he's going for. Still pottable though, and he's potted it. Where's the white going? Great shot by Anderson. Pots the red, and that seals the frame, barring any fouls. Anderson says good game and concedes, and it's just a matter of Elhagen finishing off this visit. And so 5-5, and it looks like the Northern Ireland Open semi-final between Rafa Elhagen and Jamie Anderson will be going to the wire, and it will be a deciding frame. So well played, Rafa Elhagen, and continues the rubbing of salt in wound. Type action, telling Anderson that Elhagen is still here, and just making Anderson think twice, or just adding to any subconscious elements of Anderson's brain that might be commensurate with any kind of pressure put on Anderson's mental approach to this match. there you go. So Elhagen finishes with a 45 break and takes the frame. And so that means that this Northern Ireland semi-final has gone right down to the wire. It's 5-5. So the winner of this frame will go through to the final. 5-5, first to 6. Rafa Elhagen breaks off. And of course, given that this has been broken down to a one-frame playoff, every shot matters. And that's a good shot to start with for Anderson. The cue ball is beautifully near the cushion. And Rafa Elhagen needs a good shot here to leave it safe. The traditional shot would be to hit that red on the bottom of that cluster. Not that one, the second one he hit, that would have been the one, and send it down, but that's a decent shot. Nothing gone here for Anderson. And it's all about staying safe and not exposing yourself. Anderson sends a red up towards the right-hand bulk area, which in turn makes it more difficult to make a safety shot back into the bulk area, as those two reds have joined the bulk colours for dinner and will be there should the white turn up at the bulk colour residence. And Elhagen knows his way around when it comes to safety. So you can guarantee that Elhagen is not going to be giving any chances to Anderson that he can help. The question is, will Anderson give Elhagen a chance? My prediction here is if Anderson is going to win this match or frame, he's going to have to force Elhagen to make a mistake, and that will require coming up with a great safety shot or snooker, and that will let him in and put pressure on Elhagen with either a considerable break or a clearance on the other side. And that's not a great shot by Elhagen. I was just about to go on to shot, but and I've just said that. So this is the chance that I just spoke of. Elhagen has made a mistake, let Anderson in, and Anderson maybe have hit that a bit too hard. So he doesn't really have a chance on that pink. That's a great shot on the blue, though. But he's out of position now, and that's probably going to be end of break. Unless he risks taking this red on. I don't think he will. I think he'll just send the red past the black. That's a good shot. Now, depending on where this red's going to land, is it going to go beyond the centre pocket? No. Well, that's not too bad. 6 points the difference then. 6 points to Anderson, and Elhagen yet to score points in this final frame of the Northern Ireland semi-final 2018-19 OSC Championship. First to 6, one more frame needed for either player to go through to the final. Oh, and there's a double kiss there. Now, has that been a good thing or a bad thing? It's been a bad thing. It's a bad turnout for Elhagen. Anderson now has a chance. You can guarantee that Anderson will not balk on any chances offered to him. Good opportunity to move into the reds here. Will Anderson be aggressive and take that on, or use his position, or wait for a better opportunity? He's decided to go with the pink. And again, that's not really the greatest shot because he's left himself with a bit of an angle. Wanted to be a bit more straighter for that last colour, or that last red, sorry. Now he needs to avoid snookering himself when the green is put back on the spot, which he has a bit of an angle here on the red. So no, and that's not a great shot as well on the blue. I mean, in terms of position, or it's maybe a bit too close, so he's gone for the yellow. Now he's looking for some luck here. He's gone a bit too far. Possibly his end of break, but it's 14 points extra, and that could make all the difference depending on what type of frame this will be. Will it be a frame where one player clears up or makes a substantial break, or will it go down to the wire with a chess match game, end game of the colours? And that all depends really on, I think, ideally whether Anderson gets an open chance. Elhagen is more likely to make small breaks and have good safety and grind his way through a victory, and Anderson is more likely to finish off a frame in 1 or 2 visits. Elhagen on the table has potted a red. Well, unfortunate to hit that brown there. He was looking to have some purchase on the white to go into the reds, and has snookered himself. So he needs to make sure that he doesn't leave anything on here. I think he can just clip that pack or that cluster. He's having a look and looks as though maybe he can't, or it's not a good option, but I'm pretty sure he can't see any of the red and needs to be careful. And he's completely missed the pack, and which has moved over to the other side now. So a foul by Elhagen. The control of the table is now Anderson's, but will Anderson take on this red? And it doesn't look like he's going to take that on because it's a risky red, that red on the right side of the black. That's a risky shot to take in these circumstances. The final deciding frame. But look, is he going to go for it though? There's 2 of those reds there he can go for. He could probably play the one to the right and try for a shot to nothing, but it won't be a shot to nothing because he'll be risking it touching the other red. Now, the decision is whether Anderson's going to play safe or he's going to go for this red. And it looks as though he's going to go for the red. He has, and he's potted it, and it's a beautiful shot, using the other red on the other side to cannon off, and that is a good shot. I'm sorry, that was Rafa Elhagen. So I got my players mixed up there, and it was Elhagen who took that shot because Anderson put him back in. Sorry, that was the part I didn't notice. So Anderson didn't take the shot on, and Elhagen did. So that is something that we've not seen before really, and could be significant in this match. Elhagen taking the risk, and Anderson, who's usually a risk taker, decided not to take it on, but Elhagen did. And that's a very interesting part of this match, and something maybe that can be discussed later on, depending on what happens here. But Elhagen on the table, 9 break, and he's already gone out of position though. Black is potable, but it's also a risky shot, and Elhagen has to make sure he gets it right. And he's got it. He's potted it, and this is good stuff by Elhagen. He's showing good signs here. Any of the supporters of Elhagen watching will be quietly confident that he's potting balls, especially those balls, those shots that are relatively risky, like this one and the black before it, in such a pivotal moment of the match. Now he needs to follow through here on the blue, and I hope he can get position on that red to the right of the black. He could potentially move into the pack at a speed, but no, he's got that perfect on the red into the bottom left. Good use of the cue ball there by Rafat, which is also a good sign. Has control of that cue ball. Now just wants to follow through on this red as well and give himself a similar shot what he had before on the black, but slightly easier, but only slightly. There's nothing on really, or no opportunity to get position on the reds after this shot. So I suppose the decision now, or the decision here is, should he play for the yellow here in snooker? See no movement from, well, perhaps that's my fault. I do apologize. I think I've not I've frozen out, so I need to go quickly back, as Elhagen was taking a shot on the black. So apologies for that short interruption. Well, as we return, the black is over the middle pocket, so it looks as though he didn't pot that black, and Anderson had played a shot, safety shot, and now we're back on safety exchanges. Anyway, the score is 38 points to Elhagen, 24 to Anderson. 14 points the difference. And Elhagen was in a difficult position there. Anderson had put him in a very tight position in terms of safety. There was hardly any safety option for him. And Rafa Elhagen has left a red into the middle here and a red into the bottom left for Anderson. So a chance here for Anderson. Black is over the centre pocket. Has the green, has the yellow. Now, I'm not sure if he can get through to that black, or whether he's deciding to just hold that black for safety, or for a shot later on, as he screws back off the green into the bottom left. And that's a nice shot, has a red into the bottom left or bottom centre. That black is an insurance policy. In case he goes out of position, of course, you can use that. Whether he will pot the black from here, I'm not too sure. After this red, we'll probably see what options he has. And he probably will take it on here. The pink is not the easiest shot. It's too straight. And the blue as well is a acute angle. So this black, that black has come in handy. Now, has he got position? He has. He's got a red into the bottom left here. red to the left of the black, and he's got a red possibly, potentially into the center here. I have to follow through for the pink though. And it's Rafa Elhagen on the table. I keep, why do I, my apologies. I thought Anderson was on the table, and now it seems though Elhagen's on the table. I think it is when I came back, perhaps it didn't refresh itself properly, but my apologies. So Elhagen is on the table. 42 points to 24. 18 points. Screw back here off this pink. Well, that was just to stay on for the red to the bottom left of the table, but he's done that in a different way. He just needs a soft shot here. Guide the red into the bottom left, and he should be the white should just follow through slightly for the pink into the top middle. And this is the moment I think Anderson may be getting slightly anxious. Still a bit to do here for Elhagen, but he's in a great position, and every pot here will increase his chances of going through to the final and defeating Anderson. And this will be a great win for Rafa if he can get it. Already beaten Alan Lockett in this series of 4 tournaments. Can he beat another player above him in the rankings? Pink into the middle here. And Anderson needs snookers. 1 snooker. $39 points the difference now. 27 on the table. And barring any foul, that is the end of the game. And Elhagen wins. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to make any wild shot here. And he hasn't. So Rafa Elhagen goes through to the final of the Northern Ireland Open and wins Jamie Anderson 6 frames to 5. Unlucky to Anderson there. But I think Elhagen's dogged determination and attention to detail has won through there. Anderson really didn't have any, did have a chance actually in the final frame, but obviously unless you're actual expert grandmaster on this game, one doesn't expect a player to automatically win the frame if he gets a chance. It does depend on a little bit of fortune and how the table is set out. But Elhagen, as he's clearing up here, he really is rubbing the salt into the wound of Anderson. Anderson, I'm sure, just wants to get out and do what he does when he pats his cheeks to dry away the tears of disappointment in any defeat. But Elhagen's not letting him go, as he 59 breaks so far. And here's me talking about Anderson clearing up as a possible alternative, and Elhagen making only small steps, and he's made a great step, a 66 clearance to win the deciding frame in the Northern Ireland Open. Well played to Rafa Elhagen, and lucky to Jamie Anderson, who leaves the arena quite quickly. But that is the result. And as we move over onto the other match, should it be going? It is. The match between Jasper Koosman and Mohamed Fawzi, and we'll just get an update on the score. 5-1 to Jasper Koosman in this frame. In this match, sorry. It looks as though Jasper Koosman has re-established his dominance. It's quite a convincing lead he has over the player that is closest to him in terms of talent and ability. And as the only player to have beaten Koosman this season in that 3-1, 3-1 defeat, Mohamed put on Koosman earlier in the season, just a few weeks ago. And one could say it's probably very unlikely now Mohamed can come back from this 4-frame deficit. He has to win at all frames, and that is extremely unlikely that Koosman will let a lead like this go. Although if we do look back on the match they had last in the European Masters, you could notice that Mohamed did win 5 frames on the trot to win that match at the end. As the conversation goes on in the table chat, still talking about the semi-final win between Rafat over Jamie Anderson. And Anderson, philosophical, saying it's all about taking your chances. And obviously that tells us that Anderson maybe feels he didn't really capitalise on the chance he did have in that final frame. This is a round 1 match, of course, of the International Championship. So Mohamed Fawzi doesn't need to worry about being eliminated. He will go into the losers bracket and, of course, can work his way back to Jasper Koosman, should Jasper Koosman go into the final. In the winners bracket, half of the draw for the International Championship. So maybe, who knows, maybe that has some kind of relevance in this match. This match really is a match to take. If one wanted to win it, it would mean he would have fewer matches to get through to the final and longer matches to play in order to get into the final, whereas the loser of this match will have to go through an extra 2 matches of first to 4 to get to the final. Again, any player who loses 2 matches or more is eliminated, as Mohamed Fawzi now on a 48 break. Slightly far there for the black and to the bottom left. Well, he's deciding not to go for it. He's got the blue into the bottom right. That's right over, so it's a good option to keep his break going, but he's only hit it relatively soft. I'm not sure what that shot was all about, to be fair. But I'm sure the main thing that Mohammed will be looking to do is to win the frame. So not giving Kuzman anything will be part of that. So safety exchanges at the moment. Significant lead for Fawzi in this 7th frame. Kuzman, I'm sure, will be looking to finish this off as quickly as possible. And Fawzi, the opposite. Being a bit tentative, Fawzi, in terms of what he does or what his demeanor on the table. And that is quite that is an action that you see a lot when playing Jasper Kuzman by his opponents. Tentativity. It's very difficult to stop Kuzman from putting you under extreme pressure or making significant breaks. And the key is to try and get under Jasper Kuzman's skin and not let him have all the play and dictate the match. As Kuzman needs this black and pots it with that double, that killer shot he has in his armory, the double of the black, which keeps him in open play and not needing any snookers. Black into the top left now. We'll be looking to get position, either by going beyond the red on the top left-hand cushion or stunning it for getting the white between both reds in the middle of where the both reds are now. That's roughly where the position and Kuzman will be looking for. If that red goes into the bottom left, if not, he'll go beyond that and onto the top cushion. Needs to avoid the center cushion, of course, and that's a nice shot. That's the red into the top left-hand pocket. Two straight, of course, yes. It's manages to get the white down, but it's slightly too close to the cushion and at an angle, but he just needs to hit it softly here. Just follow through slightly for the red into the center, but obviously it's all about the pot, and he's got the pot. And he's back in position. Screw back here off this red for either black or pink as an option. He's screwed it back a bit too far though. Now this is a difficult shot on this black if he's taking it on. He's going for the double again, and this time he's missed it. So needs snookers. Fawzi now in control of this match. Kuzman needs snookers. 2 snookers to be fair. To be clear, sorry. Now the blue being on above in front of the bottom right hand cushion could be a factor in what happens in the next few shots. Kuzman can of course use the fact that the blue is over that pocket to, well, both players can play relatively safe, but obviously it's a great shot by Fawzi to put pressure on Kuzman, who needs the snookers. Where's that yellow going? And it's potted the blue. So foul by Kuzman, which in turn gives him the match. And it's just a matter of Fawzi taking a shot here. So 5-2. So Fawzi has pulled one back. 1 of 4 he needs. On the trot without any defeat. Fawzi takes the frame. So 5-2 to Jasper Kuzman as Fawzi takes that 7th frame. And Fawzi needs to do the same. I mean, they've played 7 frames now, so even though the same applies to Kuzman, Fawzi should be fully acclimatized to the table and know how the balls react. And there is when you're playing snooker, there are, for some players, and I'm pretty sure for most players, times within a session where one starts to feel the table and kind of gets in the mood, and because the muscle memory has kicked in, and it kind of just feels a lot more easier for the player, and that should have happened by now after 7 frames. And perhaps that's something Fawzi can take advantage of if he has experienced it. It's a great shot, pink into the top right hand pocket. Excuse me. Four's on the table, looking for position off this blue here. Interesting shot. He's decided on this red highest to the red most to the right of the table. That's a good shot. Wrong side of the blue though. Can follow through and try and get an angle for that red into the bottom left, but might try and just send it around the table, which he has done, but unfortunately he's hit the green. Chance here for moving the black into play, but he needs to pot the red. This is a difficult shot and he's not even attempted it, and that just shows you the concentration that Fawzi has and the intent he has. He knows he can't make any mistakes, and he's forced Kuzman to make one here. Unforced error by Kuzman, and now Fawzi has a chance. And if he could win this frame, Fawzi, then that would slightly puncture Kuzman's confidence, so to speak, or dominance in this match. It would just kind of tell him that two frames lost on the trot. He needs to maybe step it up a bit again, and Fawzi would have a lot of confidence from that. But he's on the back foot, Fawzi still. Kuzman still has all the momentum. Cut off the black into the top left won't go, or it'd be quite risky. So he's going for the green here. They're going to have to go off possibly 3 cushions to get back down. No, he's held it for just the 1 cushion. And that's not the greatest shot, not the greatest position. So I'm presuming he'll play safe here, or play at least a shot to nothing. So the red on the black spot, attempt into the bottom left while sending the white up behind the baulk colours. Mind you, he's got to be careful that he doesn't leave the red exposed, the reds that are over the left-hand pocket, so that's why he hasn't taken that shot on and sent the white down towards the baulk area. He doesn't want to leave that red down here on the bottom left-hand corner exposed, and that's why he's kept the white on the left-hand side of the table. Now Kuzman going for the double here. It looks, he's sizing it up. And this shot here that Kuzman has in his armory can basically just cut through a whole match. It can kind of change the whole dynamics of a match, and is such a powerful shot. There it goes. And he's missed it. So this is the second time on the trot he's missed that double attempt, or that double shot that he has. But should it have gone in, it just would, obviously, it gives Kuzman the advantage, gives him the control of the table, and it's a shot that can eliminate any kind of danger of being in any difficult position that your opponent puts you in. So it's something that other players should consider as having in their armory, because Kuzman has seen it as a very powerful shot, and indeed it is. And a foul there by Mohamed Farsi. Apologies, I slightly left the live action, or the action happening at the moment in terms of Farsi being in the position to foul. I didn't really recognise what Jasper's second shot was after that double. But he's on the table now. On a red though, and there's nothing on. He's going to probably play the shot to nothing on this red that's on the black spot. And he pots it. Has the pink. But he's not on the pink. The green would be a good option. He could play a snooker, of course. There's no real options of reds into any of the corner pockets. All the reds, any reds, there's only the one near the black spot. No, the rest of the reds are either unavailable or only available into the center pocket. So perhaps that's why Kuzman has decided not to take on that shot. Decided to, and he sent the pink down, because what he was hoping is difficult position here for Farsi, which it is. Difficult to get safe. And the recuperations of that, or the result of this shot, Kuzman was hoping that it would give him a chance, which it has to a point. He's got a red here and the black, and sending the pink down was in readiness for that opportunity. So Kuzman thinking ahead, very clever player, adroit both physically and mentally. And he's missed that red though. It wasn't the greatest chance, like I said. There were chances, but Farsi got away with that. So Kuzman's attempt to hijack Farsi just didn't work this time. We'll have to work towards another coup d'etat on Farsi's persona. That's a good shot by Kuzman, sending the red into a cluster, opening them up a bit while covering access to them with the brown and blue. Although it looks as though Morsey can get through here, the gap. He might try and screw it back here. Very little leverage. Oh, he had the angle to take it back round, but he's not hit it hard enough. And he's left the red. The red has went along the ride with the white, and now is available into the bottom middle. So chance for Kuzman here. Great opportunity to finish off this frame and match. So red into the bottom middle for Kuzman. as he begins with his drive towards the end of this match. Misses the brown. That's a good shot as he got position. Let's see what happens with these reds. That's not too bad. Has the red into the top middle. I think the red to the left or to the northwest of the white he can't get past that other red. I don't think he has access to it, to pot it into the top left. So he's going to use the red into the top center, either to get on the pink or the black or the blue. And he's tied it on the blue, the long blue, into the top right hand pocket. And he can just screw back slightly for the red past the pink spot into the top left. Then he'll have the pink into the center and the red into the bottom left, the red just above the black, but one. Three points the difference now. So this pink will take him in front in terms of points. So this red now into the bottom left. We'll screw back slightly for the pink into the bottom middle. And there'll be quite a deep screw here off the top left-hand cushion and back towards these three reds on the left-hand cushion. .26 break now. 10 points in front. Still work to do for Kuzman in order to win this match. But he is probably the strong favourite now. He can either screw back on this red, the red to the left of the cushion, which what he's looking at now, I can push it forward for the pink into the middle again, bottom middle. Or I can screw back for the same shot into the top middle, the pink. Or let's see if he can get on the black. It's all about what he decides here. He's followed through for the pink into the middle again. He's a bit straight, so it might be screwing back here for a red into the bottom left. That's all he can do. Now, has he gone too far? Well, he's not gone into the pocket, but it's certainly reduced his chances of continuing this break. Of course, he has the double option, the red above the black, or cutting the red on the black spot to left the black spot. But both are risky shots and could leave Forzy in. 17 points the difference. And decided to play safe. And that's a nice cue ball close to the right hand cushion. But the black is now over the pocket, which has made it a lot more easier for Forzy to play safe and will make it easier for both players to play safe in any exchanges they have forthwith. The aim of the game is to keep the white on the top half of the table, so the black will block any attempt at a pot. So this could add a new dynamic to this frame. 17 points of difference, which is not much. So we're basically playing a three red game from the beginning here, in a sense. One can look at it that way. And that's not a great shot by Kuzman, because he's left that red on the top left-hand pocket for Forzy. And that black is right over the pocket, so he doesn't have to worry about position. as long as it just doesn't go too far and snook himself with that red near the black spot. So Kuzma a little careless there, and Mohammed gets that red and has this black over the pocket now. He just needs to, I think he'll be looking to get the white in between where the two reds are. So right in the middle of where the two reds are, roughly around that area, so he can pop the red into the center pocket. Or to have this red on here. I was thinking that he maybe had to hit it a bit harder than that, or the after effect of potting that black would be too much to hold on for that red, but he was able to hold on for that red and he's potted it. Just a slight follow through on this black should suffice for an attempt for the red into the center, but he's followed through for a more easier shot into the bottom left, and he's 1 point behind now. This red will bring the points level to 47 each. Good position on either black or pink. He's deciding on the pink and will follow through for the yellow. The green is closer to the bottom right hand pocket than is usual, but it's roughly the same kind of shot. He needs to get position on this screen from this yellow. Excuse me. Yellow potted. Now where's that white going to land? That's not too bad. This right hand pocket is a bit of a jinx for a lot of people. But that angle, strangely enough, made it a little bit easier, a little more precise in terms of what he had to do. Now, if Fawzi can clear up from here, this will be a great emotional win, mental win for him. 62 points to 47. 15 points to difference. This blue needed just for Kuzman to need snookers. This pink for Kuzman to lose the frame, which he was on schedule to win. And this is a great win for Fawzi for this frame. So Fawzi doesn't pot the black, but wins the frame, 73-47, and it's now 5 frames to 3. So 2 frames on the trot won by Fawzi. Is it the pressure of winning the final frame that's on Kuzman's mind, or is it the fact that it's been televised that is a problem for Kuzman? There is quite a relative audience. El Hagen, Anderson and Kent are all watching. Is it some other unknown reason? Is it Mohammed Fawzi's good play that is helping him win these final two, the last 2 frames? But 5-3, 2 frame the difference now. Fawzi knows what he has to do. He has to win every frame, and Kuzman just needs to win 1. Kuzman pots the red into the top middle as we watch the International Championship Round 1 match between Jasper Kuzman and Mohammed Fawzi. Miss on the blue by Kuzman. As Fawzi has a chance on the red here. Both players capable of making significant breaks at any stage of the match, of the frame. Red's still tightly together, so work to do in terms of opening them up. Not a great shot there by Forsey. He was looking to use the blue as a cushion to hold on for the black, possibly, or push the black into a potable position. Still not sure whether that black goes into the top left. I don't think it does. So perhaps he was looking for blue as the object ball. Nothing comes of it, so he plays a safety shot. And that's quite a nice safety shot, to be fair, though the target for Koosman is pretty big and should be relatively easy to go into off the top left, the top right-hand cushion, and into the pack for Koosman. Five frames to 3 for Jasper Koosman. First to 6. And there, Koosman just rolls into the pack. Some players in this position decide to screw off the pack back down to the bulk area where possible, but that has its weaknesses, and there one is shown, exposed, in that sometimes it opens other reds up and doesn't get the purchase and doesn't land too far and close to the right-hand cushion. And Koosman not on a colour here, so end of break. He might try a double here off the bottom right-hand cushion, bottom left-hand cushion into the top left-hand pocket. We shall soon see. He could use it. No, he's just playing safe. Probably didn't have the angle to do that anyway. But Forsey has a potential red into the top centre here. And is Koosman feeling a bit of pressure? Kind of sensing maybe that might be get slightly anxious, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's complete speculation. And the pot by Forsey into the centre didn't work. Didn't pot it. Left a half chance for Koosman, who attempted but didn't pot the red. And now Forsey has a chance of a potential double here, but the main thing is to... Oh, well, he actually tried to cut it. It's a strange shot, and he's turned out quite fortunate there. With the yellow guarding the access to it, and Koosman will have a slight smile on his face, I think, after that shot by Forsey. We're in safety mode exchanges, and the issue for Koosman in this safety shot is the red, which is just outside or just near or over the top center pocket, and that is affecting the type of safety shot one can make. But it looks as though Forsey is going to remove that from the dynamic. He's potted it. Oh, but he's unfortunately gone in off, and that's a very unlucky shot. A good attempt, but obviously the option or the prophesization of understanding where the white would go after an attempt like that was there. So Forsey giving the advantage to Kuzman, the table to Kuzman, who pots red, but still has work to do on the colour, and there's nothing really on after this in terms of a red. So it looks as though it'll be a pot, a snooker here, a safety shot, or a pot on the brown. No, it's a safety shot. Nothing really worthwhile for Kuzman to pot that brown. No real point, so it's much better to concentrate on using the fact he's on a colour, using that as an advantage to make the snooker. And that's relatively safe for Farsi. It's a traditional shot off the left and the side cushion. Into the reds at a slow pace. And Kuzman now, we're looking to get this white behind the yellow and brown. Good shot. Not a snooker, but pretty close to the right-hand cushion. Looking for a thin kiss here. If he's looking to get the white back behind into the bulk area. I'm sorry, but the screen slightly froze there. And Farsi sends the red up to the bulk area and not leaving anything on with the cluster. Kuzman will use that red now. Now, where's the red going? Oh, and I think he's left it on here. Now, the red came back off the cushion, touched the blue, and it looks as though this red is on. Has the blue into the center. Top center. If you can pot this red. Red potted. He's gone a bit too fast to pot the blue to the center. And he's looking now at the black, and I don't think that goes. And that blue doesn't go into the top right because the green is covering it, so the center pocket for the blue is the only one really. But that looks like too much of a sharp angle, so didn't really think about that enough, I would say. Farsi, you can play a snooker here. It looks as though he's going to play a snooker behind the black. I think all chance of any pot to continue the break has gone. Well, I'm not too sure what he went for there. Perhaps he went to use the bulk colours to cushion or stop the white from going back down the table, or he attempted to pot the black, but it was way off if he was, so but unsure about what he was attempting there. But nothing has been exposed for Kuzman, so it's a relatively safe shot. As Kuzman puts the white beautifully on the right-hand cushion. And also the pink and green are intercepting the path to the reds. Annoyingly. Got a good response by Mohammed. Oh, unfortunately, he's put the white into the pocket, which is unlucky. That was a nice shot, though. It was a good length. Didn't expose any of the reds on either side or either wings of the table, so to speak. Kept the reds in the center, but unfortunately the white dropped into the pocket. Koosman has put Forsey back in, which is quite interesting. The blue may be a problem for Forsey here. And he's completely missed the red, and he's hit the black. Foul there, 7 points to Koosman. So he was looking for the red near the black, the red below the black spot as you see it, to take the white back down the bulk area, but didn't really hit it. Hit it too thick on the black. Oh, and that blue is interrupted Jasper's envisaged path to the bulk area, and he's left a chance on here. So, sorry, Forsey. That was Forsey's shot. Koosman had put him back into play again, and now Koosman has a chance. So, nicely thought out by Koosman there, putting Forsey in what he saw was going to be a potentially difficult shot to get that white back down the table, which it was, and fell into the trap of hitting the blue. Now Koosman has the table. So Koosman in charge of this frame so far in terms of points, and now has control of the table. 29 points to 2 is the point score. Now he's looking to screw back here, I think, because unless he just holds on for the black into the middle, that's the only real option in terms of a colour. Yes, he holds on for the red into the top left. Now as the black into the middle, and he can screw back here off the cushion, stun it off the cushion. Better left-hand side for one of the reds on that cluster. We decided to go further down, the red below the black, to the left of the black. Good pot. He's looked at the black to see if it goes past, and he's having another look. So it must be tight. And has he got the blue though? He does. So this blue can open everything up here. Doesn't need to worry about that black. He's not gone into it too much, and in fact, he's not really got anything on there. He's been left with maybe a cut into the top left for the red. That's the only option he seems to have. And it looks as though he's going for it now. But will this be just a response to keep the break going? But he's potted it. So great shot. He's managed to keep the break going, but he could have potentially missed that shot, taking a half chance because he wanted to continue the break because he'd lost position. And that could potentially have turned out badly and given Mohammed a chance. But Koosman, with his great armory of shots, is able to execute that red and now puts Forsey in difficulties. Forsey's dilemma now is he's 42 points down in a snooker with 5 reds left and will lose the match if the opponent wins this frame. So He managed to hit the red, but he wasn't able to get the white back down safe. Chance here for Kuzman. Red into the bottom left. Black is on, but could have been better in terms of position for Kuzman. But is it a nice angle to open up the two reds that are together? But needs the pot, of course. He's gone for the double instead, and he's got it. But has he got a red? Does that red go into the centre? 50 points the difference. 59 points on the table. No. Wow. So the reds have been spread open beautifully. And Fawzi has the table. Interesting shot. We'll see if that will make any difference here. Although the problem here for Fawzi is that red is blocking the path of the black into the bottom left. So he's had to come up for the blue here. And Kuzman says he hit the other red first, even though it showed me it wouldn't. So has questions about the visuals Kuzman sees in attempting a shot, and that's something maybe he can look into at another time. But at this moment in time, Fawzi has a good opportunity here. He's already taken a frame away from Kuzman by coming back after Kuzman was dominant, and Kuzman has a 50 point lead in this frame before Fawzi came to this visit, and the balls are spread quite nicely. On paper, Fawzi should make a decent break here. Obviously, the circumstances are slightly different. This is not an easy shot. It's a risky shot. Should pot it though, and he has. So Fawzi has the table, has control at the moment. Pink looks as though he's going for pink into the bottom right rather than the centre to keep position for this red. And that looks inch perfect in terms of getting through to that red, but not blocking himself with the black. 30-point difference now in points. 35 on the table. Red into the bottom left has the pink or black here, but needs to make sure he does pot it, otherwise he'll need snookers if he doesn't pot any this pink. The natural angle will take him to just above that pink, and a good angle on the yellow to move round for the green. So colours left for Fawzi. Has control of the table. Yellow goes in. Great shot. Great position. Similar to what he had earlier. Now, very similar to what he had before. Before he played a follow through for the brown into the top right, but he has a better angle here, and he can use it for brown into the centre. 18 points of difference, 22 on the table. So Fawzi needs all colours, blue, pink and black, to steal the 9th frame away from Jasper Kuzman and make the difference one frame in terms of frame wins. And that's not a great shot. Forsey's got to be careful here. It's potable, but off this, when you're tight on the cushion or close to the cushion, it can be a difficult shot. He's got the option to play safe, of course, but that would mean losing the momentum. Has he gone for it? He has, and he's potted it. Great shot. So black ball game. And as Kuzman says, that's just insane, with a laugh, but I think there may be a bit of nerves in that laugh. He's gone for the pot, and he's potted it. Great pot by Forsey, and he steals the frame away from Kuzman. Brilliant performance by Forsey in such pressure, and Kuzman will be gutted at the current situation, losing that frame, and now it's 5 frames to 4. 3 frames on the trot for Forsey. And it's now 5 frames to 4 for Jasper Kuzman. 3 frames left to play. Kuzman needs 1 of them, and Forsey needs 2 of them. This is great stuff, great excitement, and a great comeback by Mohamed Forsey. And how can Kuzman deal with this situation? Can he deal with this situation? I'm sure most people will feel he can. And Forsey, though, has really put the cat amongst the pigeon, so to speak. And as Kuzman makes a comment, 95% of the time I've won the match now. In terms of Kuzman is saying that on most occasions he's been in front in the frame, and Mohamed Forsey has just come back. And that just shows us that Forsey being on the back foot and having to really dig deep, Kuzman tending to get the advantage of or control of the frame firsthand, but obviously it's very hard for a player not to have a chance within a frame. No matter how good the opponent is, one would always feel that they would get some kind of chance or control of the table at some visit. And Kuzman indicating there that he's basically gained control of the frame on most occasions, but he's not won all of them. And Forsey has come back the last 3 frames he's won, and he's tending to do it by coming back after a good start by Kuzman. But let's see. Forsey has drawn first blood in this frame, and although has fouled there, that would have been a nice position to be in, near the top left and top right hand pocket, corner pocket. Frame 10 of 11. So there's 2 frames to go. Maybe earlier I said it was 3 frames to go. Just correcting myself if I did make a mistake. There's 2 frames left in this match, and Forsey needs both of them. Kuzman just needs 1. Chance here for Kuzman. Have to put a lot of follow through to get onto the black, though. Or I can hold for the blue. Good pot. Has the black. Bit of an angle though. A double on the pink is an option. Good pot on the black. Nothing on now though. End of break. Unless there's any plants on. Gonna take the white back down the bulk area here, I feel. And maybe Koosman might go into caution mode and play similar to what Rafael Hagen plays, which is vulture, those vulture tactics, picking up the pieces, then going back into bulk. But to be fair, that is part of Jasper's game anyway. Jasper is not scared or not averse to playing safe and cautious in order for a better option later. So he's happy to make certain steps or take certain steps in order to get a better result in the future. And I suppose what I'm proposing in this certain situation is maybe Jasper maybe intensifying that mode of play, as he's lost the last 3 frames, and will be highly anticipating a repeat of that by Forzy. So maybe his concentration or his radar will be focused on the whole match, the whole length of the frame, and should he get a 50+ break or a 50+ point lead, that will not deter him from playing cautiously in this particular match from here on out. Chance here for Forzy. Red into the bottom left and has position on the pink. Question is, does he have options after that? Looking at the red into the top left, doesn't seem that it goes to me, so you might have to make something here. Follow through off the bottom left-hand cushion into the pack, I would think. There it goes, but it's not worked out. Nothing on at all. They're going to have to go play safe here. You can either keep the white near the black, nothing, or send the white back down to the bulk area. He's gone for a double. A kind of shot to nothing, really, I would think. Keeping the white on the left-hand cushion. Koosman now. Just put the white on the top left-hand cushion around that area. Doesn't want to send it into bulk because of that red near the yellow. And Jasper's just kept the white, or just rolled up to the cluster to avoid any chance of leaving anything on. Might be just a game of touchy here. No, Mohammed's slightly aggressive. Pushing two reds out, but keeping the white close to this left-hand cushion. Koosman now has this red near the yellow to work with, but needs to avoid leaving that red near the bottom center exposed. And I think he has left it exposed. He wanted to put the white behind the green, but he hasn't done that. And a chance here for Fawzi, but it is still risky. It's a half chance. It is a bit of a sharp angle, so it is missable, but it's also potable. $5-4 in frames for Koosman, and he's gone for the long red into the bottom left, and he's missed it. So instead of cutting it into the middle, he went for the long red into the bottom left, and missed it. And Koosman now on the table, black. The black is waiting to be potted in the top left. Now, has he got position? Yes, he's got position on the red into the top left. All this red here into the bottom left. Might have to stun it to come round the back of the pink to put the pink into the same pocket, the top left. Oh, you'll have to judge the pace. Yes, he comes round the back just about right. That's fine. Pink goes in for Koosman. Nice positioning on the red as he goes into the pack and leaves two options to continue using the pink. Likes the look of, I was going to say the red into the top left, but he's going to go for the red into the bottom left. And give himself an angle on the pink where you can just stun it and move northeast towards the top center pocket, but not that far, just a little dink across. So to put that red to the right of the white into the bottom left. There you go. Would have liked to have had the other side of been on the other side of the red. He's on the wrong side, but he can either take a chance here and move into the reds and open the black up, and that's what he's done. Now, has he made a difference? Possibly. The black is on into the top right and pocket, and if he can pot that, then he'll be in business. But this is not a straightforward shot, although they are quite close together, but you still need to be careful. Reds are opening up a bit. So if he gets good position and pots this black, oh, what was he doing there? He's actually didn't even try it. Very interesting. To me, it looked as though there he played a safety shot. And there you go. That's what I was saying earlier. Jasper Koosman has added extra caution onto this match, into his demeanour, into his actions in this match. I think earlier in the match he would have attempted that black, but given the circumstances, he doesn't want to make any mistakes because he knows Fawzi can clear up and follow through with a conclusive break. Fawzi there not leaving anything on straightforward on, but there is this red into the top middle. The white is close to the cushion, so Koosman needs to be careful. He doesn't misjudge. And he went for the red into the top right-hand pocket, but it's remained safe. He used it as a shot to nothing, I would say. It's a fascinating battle here now. Fawzi has really dug his heels in and has created a chance now to win this match. At 5-1 down when we joined this match, it wasn't remotely possible. We thought that Fawzi would win or could win, and it was we're all ready for Jasper Cuban just to finish it off with a 6-1 thrashing. But Fawzi since then has won every frame, and we're really in a battle of wills now. Fawzi's taking the game onto Kuzman, and Kuzman is having to work for it. 15 points to Fawzi, 35 to Jasper Kuzman. Is this red on into the centre for Kuzman? It is. Blue into the top right, and Kuzman has a great opportunity here. This could be significant. Blue into the top right. There's at least 4 reds open, 5 reds. There's 2 together. That may be difficult, but in potting the other 2, that should give opportunities to open them up. So great chance, and he's already 28 points in front. Blue into the top right. Now, slightly out of position, one could say. But this definitely is an opportunity to finish this match off for Kuzman. Red potted into the bottom middle. Now, he'll be looking for a deep screw here off the pink to maybe come off the bottom cushion and the top and back down for pot into the top center for one of these reds. That's my guess. There's the screw back. Doesn't need to go off 2 cushions though. Now, will that red go? It looks as though it probably will. And Fawzi looking for any possibility that he might go out position. Has the blue, and that red chatting there with the black is available after this, so that was lucky for, well, that was part of the plan or part of Kuzman's approach to this visit. Would have been aware that that red was available as an insurance policy. And where's this white going now? What is Kuzman doing? 61 to 15, a great lead, but I think he was looking to cannon off the reds, possibly, but and misses the black. $46 points the difference. 51 on the table. So we're virtually in a similar position before, where Kuzman has set the standard for the frame and got into a good lead, and Morsey has to crawl back and try and grind his way back into it. and he's kind of attempted a plant, but the main goal of Forsey there was to get that white down into the bulk area. So Kuzmin strong favourite to win this match now. "46 points in front, and Forsey has to work a way of how to win this match. Obviously just needs one chance, and that could do it. All reds are relatively in good positions, and that's a nice clever shot from Kuzmin, or is it? Yes, it's safe. It's pretty safe. There's nothing Forsey can do in terms of potting a red. But Forsey is quite close to the red, so has a little bit of control in terms of could put Kuzmin in a difficult position here. And that's quite a good shot. Kuzmin needs a good shot here, good length on the white. Trying to get back to the bulk area and doesn't want to expose any reds over the pocket, and he has. And this is quite funny, to be fair, because it looks as though we're in a similar position again as the predecessing frames. And a question is being asked again of Mohammed Forsey. Can he take advantage of being exposed and getting a good chance near the mid-term of the frame going into the end game, where there's not many reds, no cluster, when the cluster has gone, and when there's just open reds, and that position there on those reds was difficult, and that's slightly careless from Forsey not to see that, or not to be aware of that, or not to come up with a remedy for that. I would have thought he would have hit it harder and sent the white to the bottom part of the table, but he's left himself with a plant on here, and he didn't really want to be in that position, being so far behind on points. As long as he takes the white up near the pocket, which he has done, but he's exposed. Kuzmin has the red into the bottom left, and that's slightly careless from Forsey. Should have really got position on those two reds off that pink. Should have thought about it more. And in a sense, this could be the end. That could have been the shot that determined him losing this match. And barring any fouls, Kuzmin on this shot, Kuzmin has won the match and pots the red and confirms his victory in this round one match of the International Championship. And if every game is like this when these two players come to play, then book me a ticket for the next match, because you've had two amazing games between these two. Forsey battling hard to keep up with Kuzmin, who is the Grand Master, of course. And Kuzmin at least has found an opponent that can keep him on his toes. And Mohammed Forsey's task now, as he goes into the losers bracket of the International Championship, is to work his way through that bottom half of the table to try and play Kuzmin again to win this title. So while Forsey has lost, Forsey is still in this tournament and has a chance to meet Kuzmin again. Should Kuzmin get into the final, of course, he has to get through to the final, but that is quite a strong likelihood he could do that. He's capable of doing that. But Forsey now in the bottom half of the table, of the bracket, sorry, of the draw, has to go through the first of four losers bracket matches, and to get through to the grand final to meet Kuzmin again. That there's a strong possibility that could happen. These two players, you have to say, are probably the top two in the 12/13 that are playing this season. Both players have won titles in this season, and as Kuzmin says, finally over the line, he still can't believe that previous frame. That pink and black were just too crazy, and with a smile, Fawzi said, "Good luck," and Kuzmin replies with "Good luck too." So, interesting dynamic being created here in OSC in terms of Jasper Kuzmin having a player that on his day is capable of causing him problems, which is Mohamed Fawzi. And obviously a lot of the players will be gunning for Jasper Kuzmin, and I'm sure Kuzmin will welcome that, because he wants his game to be pushed and challenged, otherwise he won't be improving. But Jasper Kuzmin obviously has certain shots in his armory and the ability in terms of shot positioning, shot choices, and where he positions the balls, that is shown so far too superior for others. But Fawzi has at least shown Kuzmin that he can give him a game. So let's just recap that Jasper Kuzmin has won the round one match of the International Championship between him and Mohamed Fawzi. He's won it 6-4, and now we'll go into the quarter-final, so to speak, or the winners bracket 2. Let's just go and have a quick look at that. There we go. So let me just confirm the win. Then we can see where that leaves us. And Jasper Kuzmin now will play Mike Mora in the next round. And Mohamed Fawzi gets a bye, so this will be given as a bye. And that means that Mohamed Fawzi will play Mushtaq Hamid in the losers bracket. Let's have a quick look at this. So at the top half in the winners bracket, Jamie Anderson beat Rafa Elhagen 6-4 earlier on today. Yesterday. And he is waiting for the winner of Jasper Kuzmin and Mike Mora in what is technically the semi-final of the tournament. It's the final in terms of open play, but because this is a double elimination match, the winner of this match between Jamie Anderson or Jasper Kuzmin / Mike Mora will be for a place in the grand final, which is here. And if we go to the lower section of the draw, Alan Lockett is to play Chris Stedman, and Mushtaq Hamid will play Mohamed Fawzi. The winner of that will play Rafa Elhagen, who goes into this section as a loser of the quarter-final match. The loser of Jasper Kuzmin and Mike Mora will go into the losers bracket and will face either Alan Lockett and Chris Stedman. And then the winner of these two matches will play off against each other for a place in the what is technically the semi-final. So the winner of this match will play in this playoff, semi-final playoff, and will face the loser of this match, Jamie Anderson or Kuzman or Mora. So slightly complicated, but that's double elimination for you, and then the grand final. But that's the end of this broadcast. So we saw tonight Jamie Anderson win the Rafat Elhagen win the semi-final of the Northern Ireland Open, and Jasper Kuzman win the first round one match of the International Championship. Thank you for watching. Keep practicing. Until next time, goodbye.